newsreford.com.
Tom Abraham here from my friend Brian Hamaker and his team at North Alabama Mortgage. Look, buying a home is the biggest purchase you will make in your life, and it can be a bit intimidating, so you want people that can help walk you through the mortgage process and get you the best deal possible. That's what North Alabama Mortgage does, and they do it in Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida, from first-time purchases to refis, conventional, VA, FHA, and USDA loans. They have the solution at North Alabama Mortgage. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com.
ESPN Daily, hosted by me, Pablo Torre. Listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
And it's NBA on ESPN time.
It's time for the Nets to make a run in Grind City.
Durantula and the Nets, can you contest? They dropping threes from the logo.
This is Paul Feinbaum. That'll do it for me today. Coming up next, The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This hour is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, Alabama's F-150 Superstore. Welcome to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, 256-576-4977.
That's how I roll. And I'm not going to drink and drive anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
So I guess it's football season. Spring football. I would ask, but I know I'm probably in last place. How are you, Wes Neighbors?
Doing good.
I will say my tournament champion is still out there. I got that going for me. I actually have 3 of my final 4 still out there. How's your bracket looking?
It's not.
Did you look at it?
Yes. It's not bad. Bubba's doing the best.
Is he really?
Bubba Roby, yeah. He's like one of the best. I think he's 23rd overall. Pretty good.
He just can't grill.
No, he folded under pressure that time. No, that was a long time ago. Anyway, yeah. So, Bubba's doing the best. I don't know where you are. Where is everybody, Mike?
Do you know where everybody is, Smokey Mike?
I haven't checked it since 6 o'clock on Saturday, but I'll look it up for you.
Well, a certain event happened at that time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something.
It's football time in Tennessee.
Sure is with that commit today.
Can you say the commit's name?
No, let me ask you a question. So he's a commitment not for this class, but for the next class?
Yeah, next class.
He might change his mind 10 times for then.
Well, I mean, he's number 3 quarterback class of 2023. Right
what I'm saying is he might change his mind 3 times for in the next year and a half.
Can I have something good, please?
I just wouldn't hang my hat on that because, anything happened on there.
So I remember a certain event where you said there's going to be a lot of dogs named Tua. Are there going to be a lot of hound dogs in Tennessee named Nico?
If he beats Alabama, the answer to the question is yes. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
They're not going to name him after his last name. I know that.
Well, listen, I said last week sometime that I wouldn't be surprised if there were 5 SEC teams. I've never seen a worse performance by better teams ever. It was almost like somebody drugged them all. They looked like they were on drugs. They did. Alabama. Tennessee didn't really play that bad. They just, at the end, played bad in that game. Auburn played horrible.
Yeah.
Auburn was a 7-point favorite. He got beat by 18. Auburn is 8-5 since he signed the contract. They're paying that man $50 million. He's getting more than any other coach ever. $50 million.
I didn't do that tie-in, but
he's been talking to his financial consultant. Unfortunately, it's not me. Too much. I mean, seriously. Listen, I was pulling it was a bad week for me. I was pulling for every SEC team, and they were just folding like. Didn't see the end of the Tennessee game. Just heard when I was watching, Tennessee was playing well, and they were winning. And the next thing I know, and Michigan, a lot of hats off to Michigan. They played better than they probably have.
Wolverine Dan just called into Feinbaum last hour.
Well, of course he did.
Yeah. Puff out that chest a little bit.
We know what happened next. So, it was good to see the guys on the sideline that some of them said would never come back during the game.
Yeah.
What's his name? The guy that threw the bad pass. He was on the sideline during the game. When the Fab Five.
Yeah.
There was 3 of the Fab Five there that I know about. There might have been more, but they were all there on the bench. So,
King and Rose and.
But the guy was the main guy that was the best. That threw
Chris
the ball.
Webber.
Chris Webber was on the sideline.
Mr. Timeout.
Yeah.
Mr. Timeout.
Well, yeah, I get it. People want to. It was a bad play by him, but they wouldn't be there without him. They would never come close.
No.
So,
Yep.
I think a lot of people attack people like that, and he made a bad mistake. He's human, but the guy, they wouldn't even been close to even being there without him. That all being said, it's just going back to my point is the SEC was horrible. They looked tired. They looked like they were drugged. I've never seen Auburn even come close to playing as bad. They got just as hard to it was hard to fathom that team who are going to have 2 people that could be lottery picks. 2. Anyway. So I've read it enough about that. I was shocked. Alabama's had some unfortunate luck during the game, losing their leading scorer. But they still have played bad. The latter half of the year, they've played like I've been saying they've been tired, and whatever they had, everybody else caught. LSU looked like they couldn't wait to get out of the gym. Iowa State won 2 games last year and is in the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Maybe the worst team in history ever to make the Sweet 16. So I watched Wisconsin, Iowa State, which might have been the longest game I've ever watched in my life.
Yeah. The video reviews, we talked about this last year. It's worse this year. It feels worse this year.
So Wisconsin, though, lost their point guard in that game.
That's right.
And really probably cost them the game.
It did. I think it did.
So it was a weird week. There was some,
definitely.
I like the coverage is better than ever, except for the Iowa State, Wisconsin people that called the game were as bad as the play. They sound like they were asleep too.
So it definitely takes 2 hands to guard St. Peter's and not 1, as we talked about last week.
Well, they're not tall, and they're not tall.
The Peacocks.
But they played with a lot of heart and beat Kentucky. They want to get rid of Calipari. He's not living up to Kentucky ball. I get it. Last year they don't make the tournament. This year they didn't show up. So.
One and done. Incidentally, Coach Cal's show tonight, he is having a show tonight up in Lexington. Pre-recorded. It's pre-recorded. He's out recruiting, according to Matt Jones.
No live questions.
No live questions. Pre-recorded. Incidentally, we're walking you up to Hey Coach, which comes up at the top of the hour. Tough weekend for Crimson Tide Athletics. That is up until yesterday, as the Alabama baseball team was able to rally back and salvage a game from Florida, a come-from-behind victory, and win it 8-7 in walk-off fashion. So, but yeah, a tough weekend in particular as Notre Dame bows out in the second round to Texas Tech.
Not without a fight, though.
Yeah. So it'll be Texas Tech taking on Duke in San Francisco in the Sweet 16. The Alabama Crimson Tide are back at it in terms of spring practice. Bryce Young met with the media today. In fact, here is a little bit of what Bryce had to say. He was happy to see reporters in person rather than on Zoom. I promise.
Thank you guys, man. It's so much more personal now. How's everyone? Everyone good? Everyone safe travels? I know, man. This is great.
I guess first things first, just how was your spring break? How'd you spend it? It looked like you may have played some basketball. Did you have some fun, but also get some work in?
Yeah, spring break was great. I went back home, back to California. people I work with that I've been throwing with for a while are back there, so got to get some work in with them. Some other guys I used to train with, so it was good to recharge for a week, and now we're back to work.
Bryce, anyone that saw you after the national championship game could tell you took that really hard because you're a competitor. How long did it take you to get over that?
It took a little bit. Anytime, obviously, something as national championship, that's something you dream of, something you work for, and when it doesn't go your way, it hurts. It hurts a lot. And for me, it was kind of trying to transition from just the emotions of the game, the immediate emotions, to the anger you feel at yourself, and you look back and wish you could have had plays back, moments back, and then you kind of have to snap out of that and then transition into, okay, it is what it is. You can't time travel, so what am I going to do to improve, to get better, to learn from those mistakes? So it's really been the process of turning that page for me, and not looking at it as you want it back, but all right, I did this, that wasn't successful, what can I do to grow? And this is exactly what spring practice is for, is an opportunity for everyone on the team to get better, evaluate what they did last year and see what they can improve on, and I'm excited to get that process started.
That is a little bit of Bryce Young.
He'll never get over it. The rest of his life, he'll be dreaming about that game. Now, I don't care if he wins 2 national championships. Well, 1, because he won't. Obviously, unless he gets hurt and something weird happens, he won't be there for the next one, but it won't matter. He'll always remember that one because they were so close. Had the game in the third quarter, all they had to do is finish. Not his fault they lost. I'm not saying that. But you never get over that. It's like every time we talk to these guys that lost the Super Bowl, same thing. You never get over it. You dream, wake up at night, thinking about that one play. Maybe he might have made one bad throw. Nobody even knows. Guy's running wide open, and he missed it. But he'll never forget it because he's watched the tape. Sometimes you're better not even watching that tape, throwing it away. I say that, but then you got to get better and know what everybody's going to do. So he's watched it, and he's seen 5 throws, 6 throws that he could have made to win the game. Of course, he could have stuck it in their helmet. That's the only way they caught it. They did drop 3 touchdown passes, now that I recall. But
19 fell down at the 5-yard line, so you're going to have to stick that, basically aim it to the ground while he's tripping down.
Well, he
hook him.
You look at this, the whole spring training, and it is an opportunity to get better. It's an opportunity for the young guys to learn what to do, get on speed with everything. Especially now they get to come early. I wish I'd have been able to do that. I think maybe I'd have been able to play my freshman year instead of being lost as a Bessie bug and didn't know what was going on. It's hard. That's why I love these people that
lost as a what now?
Bessie bug. I think my dad used to say that, and I don't even know
that's the first time I've heard that.
Yeah, so you look at these young guys. First time a lot of them ever been away from their family in a strange town with all these old guys that are huge. Used to being the biggest guy on your team. Not the case anymore. Won't be the strongest for sure because somebody's been there 4 or 5 years working out.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different deal, and I just think about some of these people grow up, including me, at different times, and I was able to grow up my second year there. Some people don't grow up to their 3rd or 4th year there. And sometimes I think these people, he's a 5-star. That means, they put these tags on these poor guys, and there's no way they live up to it. And some of them don't ever get any better for whatever reason. Sometimes it's their fault. Sometimes they were as good as they could be, and never could get any better no matter how hard they worked. Maybe they didn't have quick enough feet, quick enough hands. You just don't know. But one thing for sure, they'll figure it out in Tuscaloosa. I trust that guy to get it figured out because he's going to figure it out, and don't always agree with him, but his track record's a lot better than mine. So, but for all these schools, Auburn, they have a lot of things to work out. Auburn has to find some playmakers. They have to have some people that can make some plays. I think they got enough talent at quarterback. If they can put they got a good running back, they'll be able to put an offensive line together. Do they have the receivers to open the field up.
O-line's been the big issue.
Yeah, well, their O-line hasn't. They're not going to be great again, but they won't be. They always play hard. This, injuries last year. I said if they get anybody hurt, that's what happened. Right guard got hurt.
Yep.
So they can't. They'll be able to field the first team. The depth will be again an issue. And then on defense, it's just we don't know what the can of worms are going to be opened up there. So be interesting to see. Auburn always has some guys that step forward in the spring.
How much of what happened in January is going to have a lasting effect, or is it going to have a lasting effect?
That's hard to say.
Because I know, at least on the recruiting trail, it'll be from the opposition in their ear.
There's no question about that. Not only that, it's what if he's becomes successful? What if he's really successful? You think
how much loyalty is he going to have to?
I know how much. How many would you have? Look at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah,
this crew just may try to make something up and get rid of me. Right?
I think we saw it in a sort of way with Tommy Tuberville. Right after Jetgate, he goes undefeated. Then he milks Auburn all he can get out of
I'm
him.
gonna tell you, that's not true. That is the furthest thing for the truth. Tommy Tuberville, if they hadn't fired him, would still be at Auburn. He loves Auburn. Know the man.
So there was no animosity after Jetgate.
Well, I'm not going to say that. I mean, because I don't know. But I can tell you this: he didn't leave.
He was
fired.
Yeah, he was.
So,
but he got his what I'm saying is he went undefeated. Then they had to pony up for him right after that undefeated season.
Well, they would pony up anyway. It had nothing to do with Jetgate. What I'm saying is, I don't know how that affected him, but he didn't leave because of it. He was fired because two reasons.
Lost to Alabama.
Lost to Alabama.
Yeah, that was
but
bad.
I think he was already gone. And, it's one of those things where Alabama had the new hot commodity, so Auburn felt they had to go get a hot commodity. Right?
Did they get it? Well, they got a national.
They got a championship.
National. Was it worth it?
I don't know. I would think that a lot of people would say yes. They have 2. 57 in that one. So, I mean, maybe Tuberville would have won it. It's interesting. Tuberville was a good coach, went undefeated. A lot of people think they should have won the championship then.
The 04 team. Yeah.
Anyway,
Incidentally, if you did not look at your phone today, some other headlines of the day. If you did not look at your phone, if you're a fan of the Atlanta Falcons, your starting quarterback for 2022 is Marcus Mariota, a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback.
I'm not sure that he's a starter, though.
You don't think he's are they going Felipe Franks? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, no, they have the Rosen on that team, too. He might be the best of all of them.
He's a free agent, so he's not signed right now. So your signed quarterbacks right now with the Atlanta Falcons are Felipe Franks
I'm sure they will
and Marcus Mariota.
But if you're Rosen, where are you going to leave? And you got a chance to go against those
So the
two?
Falcons are just going to corral all the 2018 draft picks for our quarterback class of 2018 and try to pick out the best one, I guess.
Well,
Chad Gwatney says tank for Bryce. I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
Tank for Bryce.
Yep, tank for Bryce. Just make tank tops and just put Bryce right on the middle of it. There you go. Falcon logo. 2023, right around the corner. 256-576-4977. That is the telephone number. That's probably your big headline of the day, other than brackets being busted all over the place.
Oh, well, that happens every year. I mean, it's impossible for it not to happen. There's more parity in basketball now than ever. I think that was just continues to be proved. And, it's hard to explain the SEC folding like a pup can.
Yeah.
And
it's unfortunate.
And about halfway through the season, you couldn't find anybody that would argue that we had the best conference.
Yeah.
But you got to prove it. When you
biggest surprise was St. Peter's beating Kentucky.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
I had Alabama in the Sweet 16, but I was hoping they would just bounce back after consecutive losses.
I mean,
to
Notre
close
Dame
up.
just.
But losing Quinterly was bad. Then
I'm not sure they'd have won anyway.
But Auburn
looked awful.
Goodness gracious, that was.
I mean, awful.
Yeah, that
But
was bad.
Alabama looked awful. I mean, to me, I never had any hope we'd win that game.
I had Bama bowing out to Duke in the Sweet 16, but that's not going to take place.
No.
Tennessee Jeff is on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. What do you say, Jeff? It's football time in Tennessee.
Hey, bro. Thanks for taking my call. Blessed as always. I was obviously disappointed.
Yep.
The Volunteers, I don't really. It wasn't that they weren't passing as quite as crisply. Michigan did a really good job defensively on the inside. They not so much the kid that went 3 for 5 shooting the Dickerson guy, but the Diamante was really a defensive force around the goal, and Tennessee could have scored a couple. What beat Tennessee? Michigan scored enough to outscore a Tennessee team when Zakai Ziegler, Santiago Vescovi, and Josiah Jordan James go 0 for 14 from 3. 11.1%. Wide open, uncontested shots. I mean, Michigan maybe got a hand out there a couple of times. Tennessee ran their offense. Funny thing about basketball, you got to put it through the hoop. Tennessee had 7 turnovers. Michigan had 15. They got some, Michigan got 18 fouls on Tennessee. I thought it would be 18 to 3 or 4. It was 18 to 12. They say they called 12 fouls on Michigan. I barely remember Tennessee having a foul shot, but Michigan, to their credit, hit every foul shot. The Brooks kid was making shots out of his rear end. That hook shot over 3 people went in like it was on a string. A huge turning point. Tennessee was up 60 to 54. Had the ball, took it into Euros. He went up the goal. Dickerson crushed him. They called a foul. I said, well, I hope he hits his foul shot. They ignored that and called a offensive foul on Vescovi that they never even showed. And from that point, it seemed like it was about 6 minutes ago. It just seems like every turn turned Michigan's way. But Tennessee has nothing to, one thing I'd say about Tennessee has a great fan base. But we lead the world in college sports in the idiots talking about getting rid of Rick Barnes. Number one.
People really want to get rid of Rick Barnes?
He can't win the big game, Steve.
Well, he has only been to one Sweet 16.
Hey.
Yeah. That was at Texas.
All he can do is put him in position when you're getting wide.
That was the Final Four. Yeah, he went to the Final Four that year.
That's history. This Tennessee team, I love this Tennessee team. They didn't have stars, but not big stars. And Chandler turned out to be at the end everything they said he was going to be. He had a pretty good day, but he only made 1 3. And it's just, sometimes you're sitting in the recliner and you can't hit the pool. I mean, that's where Tennessee was. I mean, they lost that game because they failed to hit wide open, uncontested shots. It'll beat you every time.
There you go.
Thank you, Jeff.
11% says it all.
Incidentally, for those of you scoring at home, how you say the new Tennessee recruit's name for 2023, it is this.
Here with Tennessee's newest football commitment, Nico Iamaleava. Nico,
There you go.
Maliava.
Maliava.
Got it.
Nico Laliava.
Yeah.
So the dogs' names are going to be Nico and not Laliava.
If he does really good, they'll make a dog breed Laliava dog. Call it Nico.
A whole new breed. A whole new breed of hound dog is coming.
There's a lot of things running around those mountains up there.
Let's take our first time out, Bama Bino. If you hang with us, we'll get to you on the other side. Only a 1-hour show today.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Hey, Bobby White from Woody Anderson Ford back again to talk to you about how easy it is to make a custom factory order. Just click WoodyAndersonFord.com, hit the top banner, then start making your selections. It's really simple, and you'll end up with the exact vehicle you want. Not only is there no extra charge to custom order, but at Woody Anderson Ford, we'll take 5% off MSRP on top of any additional factory rebates on the 2022 F-150, Bronco Sport, Explorer, Expedition, and Ranger. Another option for you is a certified pre-owned. We have over 100 Ford Blue Advantage certified pre-owned models to choose from. Our Ford Gold certified are low mileage, gently used with great warranties. They've passed a 175-point inspection by certified technicians and come with a 24-hour roadside assistance, plus a full tank of gas and a fresh oil change. Also, don't forget our service department is offering a free pickup and delivery when it's time for your next Ford service. Woody Anderson Ford, Jordan at Sparkman, hope to see you soon.
Hi, everybody. Eli Gold here. Right now, indoor air quality occupies top-of-mind awareness for families and business owners. Rick Smith and the trusted professionals at Environmental Comfort Systems can take care of your indoor air quality concerns with their state-of-the-art indoor air quality solutions. Environmental Comfort's indoor air quality systems remove 99.9% of airborne contaminants so you and your family can breathe clean, fresh air. If anyone in your family suffers from allergies, or if you just want the security of knowing the air you breathe inside your home is free from viruses, bacteria, pet dander, dust, and odors, Environmental Comfort Systems are the professionals to call. Environmental Comfort also carries state-of-the-art, high-efficiency comfort systems that increase home comfort, keep humidity in check, and help you save money on your energy bills. Give my friend Rick a call or visit them online at envcomfort.com and breathe cleaner air today. Environmental Comfort Systems, Alabama license number 92314.
I love overpriced stuff. That's why I get my internet from the other guys. What could be better?
Wow is better. Get Internet 100 for just $19.99 a month. Sign up at Huawei.com.
Wow.
Limited to new customers with auto-pay and paperless billing. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Offer subject to change. Restrictions and terms apply.
Ann Adams with Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate is the one name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhhsriserealestate.com.
Electric cars are coming faster than you think, and that's why we're bringing SEMA Connect to Alabama.
Our team educates you and helps provide a long-term plan for your business. Where to put them, how to get them there, how to pay for them, tax incentives, service, and monitoring. We take care of everything.
Doing the right thing means bringing EV car chargers to Alabama. Let us help you with your EV charging plan.
SportsMed is the official team physicians of the Rocket City Trash Pandas. And if the pros trust SportsMed, you can too. SportsMed provides every service you might need for complete orthopedic care, specializing in orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, joint replacement, spine surgery, neurosurgery, and podiatry. And they offer their own brace shop, in-house full-body MRI, physical therapy, walk-in clinic, and so much more. 4 locations and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com.
Hey, this is Justin with the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. We'd like to invite you to North Alabama's premier patio bar and grill, where at the factory, we have something going on each and every night. Monday night, steak night. Tuesday night, karaoke. Wednesday night, the Jeep community comes out for Jeep Jam. Thursday, it's bike night, the biggest in the valley. Friday and Saturday, live concerts on our 4,000 square foot patio, along with drink specials and a beautiful staff. What are you waiting on? We will see you at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill.
This segment of The Drive is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, located online at WoodyAndersonFord.com, with 2 locations, Hughes Road in Madison and Jordan Lane in Huntsville.
Back here with you on The Drive, along with Wes Neighbors. Steve Moulton back here with you. Tomorrow we'll be at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. Swing on by for Pedro's Authentic Mexican Feast. On Thursday, we'll get you ready for Sweet 16 action, as we'll be in at Baumhauer's Victory Grill as well. And then coming up on Friday, we'll have coverage of Alabama baseball as they travel shortest road trip of the year at Mississippi State, as the Crimson Tide are 1-2 in SEC play out of the gate. So one thing that did occur over the weekend in college basketball, that was Michigan outperforming at least what I had planned. I thought Michigan was going to be one and done, honestly. But a certain talk show host who has Michigan ties and a Michigan diploma likes to puff out his chest a certain little bit about his alma mater. Wondered out loud on his radio show today, when was the last time a college football team made the Final Four in the same year as a college basketball team from same said university made the Sweet 16?
Last year.
Here's the reaction to what that question results.
I'm Shire. I know you were going to coach next year, but I can't go out like this.
like Cypress Hill said, we ain't going out like that.
Yeah, we ain't going out like that.
We ain't going out.
Also, Alabama did it last year, Rich.
Come on.
They made the Sweet 16 last year.
Did you get that from the Bear?
No, a couple of people have tweeted it, and then I just looked it up and confirmed it.
How many yachts can they water ski behind down there in Tuscaloosa?
Yeah.
What the hell? Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn it! I'm feeling my oats.
I know.
And it's Saban.
Yeah.
Saban. Are you serious?
Yeah.
I'm wondering, hey, when's the last time a team made the Sweet 16 in college basketball in the Final Four, so the national semifinal?
Literally last year.
In the college football playoffs. It was literally last year, and it was Alabama. Come on!
Yeah.
Roll Tide.
All right.
Yep.
Bama Bino is on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. How are you, Bama Bino?
I'm doing okay. I hope my two buddies, Wes and Steve, are doing fine. How are you and your families?
Doing well. Doing well.
Doing good, Bama Bino.
Well, that's good. I'm just thankful that all of mine's had healthy as far as I know. Found out I'm going to be a great uncle. And mom told me a while ago that I was going that she's going to be a great grandmother.
There you go.
So
nice.
Hope it's going to be healthy. But I'm just going to lay it on the line on this basketball thing. I'm proud to have Nate Oates. I think he's a class act. But it's just it's a lot easier to analyze than it is to coach. But I'm going to tell you, if you'll just pay attention, the guys that are still in it are doing fundamentals that they did 50, 60, 70 years ago. They're squaring to the goal. They're not shooting shots out their ass 90 degrees from the basket, facing the other basket. They're not off balance. They're hitting their free throws. We're playing street pickup ball at Alabama. We're playing rec league ball. We're playing. I'm trying to generalize, and that's probably as far as I should go. But this is silly. That tall boy for Auburn last night, 7 foot tall. If I'd have missed one under the goal 6 times like he did, they'd make me run stadium steps till I got 80. this is fundamentals. It's all it is. You know, the teams that are still left are playing fundamental basketball. I hadn't seen Alabama play fundamental basketball all year. We shot the ball good earlier in the year, but we wasn't playing fundamental. We wasn't square to the goal. We were not balanced when we were shooting. We didn't use the glass. We don't use the glass anymore. I don't know where this come in. You can hit it a lot better when you use the backboard. Now, that's all I got to say about that. But this is not rocket science. What kind of coach do you need to pay that kind of money to just clean up the small stuff? I thought, do y'all agree? I mean,
when the ball doesn't go through that cylinder, things tend to get nitpicked a little more.
They don't nitpick near as bad when you use the glass. I mean, that's a layup. But you got to be square to the goal if you hit it. You can't do it when you're off balance. Watch Duke's players. Even when they shoot off balance, they're square to the goal. They're facing the goal.
Was it a successful year at Alabama this year?
I don't think they reached about 70% of their ability. I mean, I think if they would play fundamental ball and quit playing rec league ball, they're not. I don't think the coach will do what they're doing. I don't know how.
I think he'd be more disappointed in the way they play defense, and than anything. They just didn't shoot the ball well, and you make some good points. But the bottom line is
you lose the SEC Player of the Year, and then a ton of leaders, but you make it back to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah,
it's not exactly a drop off the cliff.
There's 135 of those that do that, Steve. That's not exactly a ribbon cutting ceremony. There's 135 teams make it to the tournament.
No, they're not.
68.
What are you talking about? There's 60.
Nah, I think there's 135. Jacksonville State made it.
No, that's a different. That's Division II. That's not.
No.
We're not talking.
Jacksonville State played Auburn in the first round.
Yes.
Jacksonville
that was a
State
Division I game.
That's Division I. Yeah, but there are only 68 teams.
Yeah.
Well, that's still 68 teams, though.
Well, but it's not even 68. You've got the automatic qualifiers. There's maybe 20 at large, 18 at large, something like that.
I think they said there was 130 something.
Well, I know this. The coach before we didn't make it, but did we make it twice?
And his whole tenure.
Yeah, and his whole tenure. And before that,
windshield wiper.
Yeah, we didn't. I don't believe we made it.
Anthony Grant.
Well, I think
was it a bad omen that Avery Johnson was on the call of the Bama game? Was that the bad omen?
He didn't reach no potential. And look, he's got great players. I'm not saying he doesn't have great players.
Well, we lost 5 players last year off their team. I think it was at 5 or 4. All of the playing in the NBA. Yeah. So.
Yeah,
thank you for calling.
Thank you, Bama Bino. Always good to hear from you. If you'd like to call in, you can do so on the Neighbors Wealth Management hotline. If I can spit it out, 256-576-4977. I know technically there's 36 at-large berths, but I mean, if you really boil it down to those on the bubble.
Well, there's 36.
Bama was never on the bubble. Bama was never on the bubble.
I'm not sure they shouldn't have been.
That game against Houston.
Well, here's the deal: they beat some really good teams.
Houston,
lost a bunch of good teams. I mean, lost a bunch of bad teams.
Yeah, they lost to Georgia. Georgia's a bad team.
They did. So they beat Gonzaga. They're still in it.
Yep.
Beat Houston. They're still in it. They beat Arkansas. They're still in it.
Yep.
They beat. There's another team. Who else?
Who else is in the Sweet 16? A Sweet 16, let's see here. Teams that Bama beat that are in the Sweet 16. Gonzaga.
Houston, like we said.
Kansas, Arizona. Boy, how about the end of that Arizona-TCU game?
Yeah,
I don't know if you noticed
I missed it. I was asleep.
So the end of regulation, the clock stopped with 2.2 to go. It was long enough for me to notice, but then when the dunk happened, they waved it off. But had he like finger rolled it, and I don't know if that would have counted because the clock stopped right before the end of regulation. Anyway, Arizona wins. Houston, Villanova, Duke, Texas Tech, Purdue, the Boilermakers, the Friars. How about them Carolina Tar Heels? Michigan
didn't see that coming.
UCLA back in the Sweet 16, as is Arkansas. The U made I just made believers out of me in how they just dismantled Auburn. Iowa State certainly didn't have them coming. And then the Peacocks of St. Peter's. Two 576-576-4977. Claude is on line 1. How are you, Claude?
Doing great, guys. How are y'all today? Beautiful day.
Yes, it is. Before the storms roll in tomorrow.
Right. I've been an Alabama fan since I can remember. I think Nate Oates is a great coach. And y'all can speak to this. Wes, I know you played at Alabama. You played football on the highest level. Was it telling that the announcers were talking about the night before the game and the morning before that game, the shoot-around they had, that one person showed up one time, and it was either 2 or 3 showed up the other?
It was Quinterly,
and, I mean, there was something, and and I know Quinterly got hurt and everything, and they lost a bunch of leaders like y'all talking about. I wasn't expecting them to be back in the tournament, really, but Wes, did you see or did you?
I did not. I didn't. So what? Tell me what happened.
There was a couple of voluntary practices that Quinterly just showed up for.
He was the only one?
Yeah. They had shoot-arounds the night before the game and the morning before the game. And one player, I guess Quinterly, and there's a couple others showed up that morning.
That is bad. That's weird now. I got to say that's weird. Steve's over here like, that's no big deal. I kind of agree with the caller. I think that's a big deal. That's me. Especially where they've been shooting. They should make that. Why can they not make that mandatory? Is that some kind of hour thing?
I don't know what it is, but it just
there was something missing on that
armor. Team. Yeah, there's some chinks in the armor of if they were playing good, I mean they were great, but if they got in a bind, it was like, who did you look to take the shot or to make the stop, to make a defensive stop? And I just, like I said, I like Nate Oates. I'm hoping he's getting some great, 5-star players in maybe next year.
Well, right now, straight up, I'll make it an even swap. You can have Mike White as long as Georgia can get Nate Oates. I'll give you that straight up deal right
Who
now.
Wants to go to Georgia? They're on the downslide.
Got a brand new coach. I'm sure he's got some crimson ties.
He's not complaining. Why do you bring Georgia in it? They didn't even make anything.
I'm comparing it because of how bad Georgia was.
What does that matter? Georgia doesn't matter.
Hey, one other thing, guys, with the Auburn and the Miami game last night, Auburn had a great team. They had great players. I mean, they got guys that are going to go to the NBA in the draft, and I think Bruce Pearl, I think he's cheated in the past, but I think he's a real good coach. But so it's been made some mention of Miami played. They were cohesive. They played together. They didn't have the talent level that in my opinion,
they had the experience. They had a lot of experienced guys too.
They did.
I didn't understand what Auburn was doing. I mean, I watched the game and I was like, "What? There's no energy. They look like they just were flat."
It was kind of like that guy before me talking about, and I think he went a little bit too far. But Jabari Smith was taking fadeaways, 1-foot jump shots, and he wasn't taking shots that he usually took and made. And then, I think they had Kessler totally confused on the inside. I mean, they blocked several of Kessler's and Jabari Smith's shots, and these guys were shorter than they were out jumping them, blocking their shots. So I just think, I think Miami wanted it more. And like Steve said, maybe they had some experience, but I mean, these guys they had played at other colleges and transferred to Auburn, so they had some experience too. But anyway, that's my take on it, and I'll let somebody else call in. But I just don't think Alabama had the chemistry they needed this year to make it to even the round of 32 or 16. But I'm proud of them, and I'll be pulling for them next year. So y'all have a good evening. Roll Tide.
Thanks for calling. No, and I think you're Auburn, look, I think they just peaked too early. I mean, did they beat a good team in the last? If they get them down there in Auburn, it's a different story.
Yeah.
But you got to win on the road. You got to win in these, other than Jacksonville State, Auburn didn't beat anybody.
So I guess the other issue, at least that I'll bring up, is refereeing. It has been spotty at best in this tournament.
Okay,
and there was an egregious call in the Alabama game.
Yeah, that was
There
horrible.
is no doubt that was not only a foul, it was an intentional foul. When another player grabs an arm, you're not grabbing the basketball.
Well, the basketball was.
Have you heard Chris Stewart's call of said play?
Yes, my mom told me about it. I didn't hear it. But
enjoy.
Inside to Noah Gurley, who finished.
Wirtz looking for Atkinson, can't get it to it. Poked away by Gary, and he is held on the play. Oh, wait a minute! That's terrible! They just called a foul on Gary, who was clearly held by the Irish. Tim Clockerty with the call of the game, and it is garbage. That is awful from Tim Clockerty. A horrendous call from the referee that we haven't seen in forever, and thank God that's the case. Good grief! A tremendous call favoring the Irish right here, totally botched by the official Tim Clockerty. Terrible. Nate Oates looking at Doug Schals, and that is a game changer right there.
Not only is that the wrong call, that was an intentional. He grabbed him in an easy layup or intentional foul call. 2 shots on the ball for Alabama.
And they would turn around and make a 3 on the very next possession. Kudos to Notre Dame for making the most of their opportunity, but that was an awful, just an awful call.
So who is this guy, Tim Clockerty?
You're probably Googling him right now.
Well, I am, but I don't know how to spell his name.
Let's take our final break. We'll
see if I can spell his name.
We'll see if we can spell Tim's last name during the break.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
The kitchen is the heart of any home. It's where the family gathers. It's where kids discover old recipes and make them their own. Just starting out or just now getting started on the dream kitchen you've always wanted?
I'm Chris Haygood, and from all of us here at Bob Wallace Appliance to the home builders and the homeowners of the Huntsville area, a heartfelt thank you for buying local. We're in Huntsville, Florence, and Coleman, and online at bobwallaceappliance.com.
March means basketball, and nothing goes better with basketball than a little badness from Bad Daddy's Burgers. Pair one with one of their signature cocktails or assortment of local craft brews. Bad Daddy's is the place for chef-inspired burgers, giant chopped salads, and craft beer. Enjoy the madness with some badness at Bad Daddy's Burger Bar, 2317 Memorial Parkway. Check out our menu and even order online at baddaddysburgerbar.com.
Outdoor season is coming. Can't wait.
Here at Brooks & Collier, neither can we. Outdoor season is also grilling season.
And we have plenty of grills and smokers in stock from Traeger, Blaze, and Big Green Egg.
There's the greenhouse, new indoor items and home furnishings as well.
Whatever it takes. Browse over 2 acres of furnishings. Can't wait.
How about you? North Alabama's indoor and outdoor living headquarters for over 75 years.
813 Meridian Street and at brooksandcollier.com.
TOC Sports has been there for you. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what does that mean? It means for more than 20 years, Alabama's largest orthopedic group has been there providing coverage and care to more schools and student athletes in the Tennessee Valley than any other group. It means whether you are the star football player, the all-region volleyball ace, or someone who hurt their knee in a weekend pickup basketball game, TOC Sports physicians are proud to have the opportunity to care for all your orthopedic needs. It means for parents, coaches, athletes, desk jockeys, or even weekend warriors, TOC Sports physicians continue to meet and exceed the orthopedic and sports medicine needs of our community. But most importantly, during these challenging times, we're here for you now, and will continue to be here. So as long as there are players on the field, games to be played, and contests to be won, the orthopedic specialists from TOC Sports will be ready to help. We don't know what the future holds, but you can count on the TOC Sports team to stay committed to you, so you can stay in the game. Call 256-539-2728 today and ask to see a TOC Sports physician. Check them out online, also Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Hi, everybody. Eli Gold here. Right now, indoor air quality occupies top-of-mind awareness for families and business owners. Rick Smith and the trusted professionals at Environmental Comfort Systems can take care of your indoor air quality concerns with their state-of-the-art indoor air quality solutions. Environmental Comfort's indoor air quality systems remove 99.9% of airborne contaminants so you and your family can breathe clean, fresh air. If anyone in your family suffers from allergies, or if you just want the security of knowing the air you breathe inside your home is free from viruses, bacteria, pet dander, dust, and odors, Environmental Comfort Systems are the professionals to call. Environmental Comfort also carries state-of-the-art, high-efficiency comfort systems that increase home comfort, keep humidity in check, and help you save money on your energy bills. Give my friend Rick a call or visit them online at envcomfort.com and breathe cleaner air today. Environmental Comfort Systems, Alabama license number 92314.
When I chose a garage door company, I did my homework. I needed precision overhead garage door service. They have a 5-star Google rating. I checked the reviews and liked what their customers had to say. Precision overhead garage door has lifetime warranty packages. Same-day service if I call before 2 p.m. If they can't make it the same day, my service call fee the next day is waived. They did a 25-point safety inspection on the door and operator. Now that's peace of mind. Residential, commercial, and gate services. Precision overhead garage door service. Call 256-400-4500.
Find your rhythm, feed your rhythm at Rhythm on Monroe. Not just a great restaurant and rooftop bar, but the perfect spot to relax and take in a beautiful scenic downtown sunset on the rooftop or patio. Enjoy Chef Becky Fibbert's fresh and delicious fan favorites like braised beef short rib sliders, seasonally inspired fresh salmon dishes, crispy Brussels sprouts, and fresh baked peach walnut cobbler or chocolate chess pie. Open daily at 4 p.m. with brunch from 11 to 3 on Saturday and Sunday on the corner of Clinton and Monroe in the Von Braun Center. Follow Rhythm on Monroe on Facebook.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Emily Owen. For this Monday, expect plenty of sunshine, high temperatures topping out in the lower 70s for the afternoon. We could see gusty winds as high as 15 miles per hour. For your Monday night, mostly cloudy sky, low temperatures falling into the lower 50s. Rain returns on Tuesday. I'm meteorologist Emily Owen on your home for ESPN Radio 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
All the press conferences.
It's our mental energy. I would say spend less time complaining about, when I was going to get an opportunity. Just spend more time training and working towards.
Plus, all of the rat poison is served up right here.
It's yummy.
On 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Final call for phone calls in a fast Monday edition of The Drive. Hey Coach comes up in 10 minutes. Congratulations to the Huntsville Havoc over the weekend. Back-to-back victories over the Peoria Rivermen. You heard both of those games. On Zone 4, you need to download our app. I had the call on both. Had a fun time Saturday night as Nolan Kaiser and Kyle Sharkey were on the call with me. So we went 3-man booth Saturday night and had a lot of fun with it. So I did not break down all of my equipment after Saturday night. Went back on Sunday. I had no idea a wrestling event was taking place Sunday night over at the VBC. So I get there a little bit later, Smokey Mike, and I have to go through where the Havoc locker room is. And evidently it's being housed by wrestlers. And I get this aggressive security guy that says, "I'm sorry, Sir, you can't be back here." And I said, "I'm just here to grab my stuff. I need to grab my stuff." It's radio equipment up in the rafters. I'm sorry you can't be here, and I just need to go right through here because they set up the arena in a different way than they do for hockey, for obvious reasons, because you want to fit more people down on the floor. So I bump into a wrestler, I don't know his name, and the guy that he's with says, oh, are you here for an autograph? And I said, I'm just here to get my radio equipment. And the look on his face when I said I'm just here, oh my gosh, it was like I popped his balloon, and he was like...
I've seen that this year. It was at the furniture factory when Jen asked Tom what he did.
What did you do?
Yeah, it looked like just like that.
And then I felt so bad. I almost went back and said, "Can I have an autograph?"
You should have got his autograph, man.
I don't.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know him from Adam. I don't know.
Yeah, but at least you'd know his name now.
That's true. They introduced me to him, and I couldn't pick him out of a lineup. I have no idea. Tim is on line 2.